Okay, today we are going to continue investigations about respiration. Yesterday we stopped at this investigation. I described it in the previous video, and I said that living things respire, and we proved that respiration produces heat by observing the increase in temperature. In flask A, there are germinating seeds, so they respire. But in B, the seeds were killed by boiling, so they worked as a control. Non-living things. Also, we can use beads. Anything that is not living to compare it with living. That non-living cannot respire, so cannot produce heat, while living things can respire and produce heat. So I described every single point in this investigation yesterday. Make sure you got all the points. If you have anything, just ask me. Here are the main points and the main questions that you should know about this investigation. Everything is illustrated. Okay, now let's go to the other investigation, which is in page 142. Investigation 11.2. Okay, this investigation shows that these wood lice, do you see wood lice? We said we can use small arthropods such as wood lice, or we can use germinating peas or seeds in order to investigate respiration. In the previous experiment, we proved that respiration is taking place by organisms or by living things, and the dependent or the result was the increase in temperature, while here we are going to measure rate of respiration. All of you can remember the bubble pottometer that we used in measuring the rate of photosynthesis and measuring the rate of transpiration. Here we are going to use the same apparatus by using capillary tube, very narrow capillary tube with ruler to measure the distance the oil drop here move in a given time, so we can find the rate. Okay, let's see how this apparatus is set. Here we have soda lime. This soda lime, look here, I highlighted, that absorbs carbon dioxide. You know that soda lime absorbs carbon dioxide, while hydrogen carbonate is a source for carbon dioxide. So here, soda lime absorbs carbon dioxide. It is very important to keep the soda lime away from the wood lice. That's why here we have a wire gauze in order to hold the wood lice above the soda lime in order not to get them in contact with each other, because soda lime is harmful to these organisms, so they may die and our experiment won't work out, so no respiration can happen. Here it's very important to connect the tubes with the capillary with the rubber here to make it tight, airtight, completely airtight. There is no leakage for any gases, because I'll tell you why. Here in apparatus B, the same as apparatus A after setting all the apparatus like this, but here we introduce the wood lice. Now, as wood lice respire, they're gonna take in oxygen. So there is no way to take oxygen only from this capillary tube. This capillary tube, as you see, it is open to the atmosphere. So to the outside environment or to the atmosphere where the source of oxygen is available. So these wood lice, once they respire, they take in oxygen and they give off carbon dioxide. Now, the first thing, once they take in oxygen, they take it from the capillary tube here. And once they give off carbon dioxide should be absorbed by soda lime. If there was no soda lime, then carbon dioxide gonna push against the oily drop here. So the oily drop, once it moves, it's gonna be pushed again back. So the rate cannot be calculated. That's why to provide the pressure in the capillary tube, pulling the oil drop towards the wood lice. So here we can measure the distance traveled by the oil drop over time. Only oxygen should be sucked here from the capillary tube. Carbon dioxide should be absorbed down by soda lime, so it cannot push the oil drop back again. So here we provide a pressure in the capillary tube, and this capillary pressure actually makes the oil drop to move towards the germinating bees or towards wood lice, anything that is respiring. So you have to know these two things that are highlighted. You have to know how the apparatus is set. Inshallah, you're gonna have questions about how to measure the rate of respiration using this apparatus, either by bees or by wood lice. You have to know how to answer the question. Okay. Here we have another investigation, which is page 143, activity 11.3. This investigation proves that the gas that is given off by respiration is carbon dioxide. As we know, we have a test for oxygen, which is used by using lighted splint or glowing splint, and we have a test for hydrogen, the lighted splint pop. It gives a pop sound, squeaky pop. And the test for carbon dioxide is by using lime water. So here we introduce yeast, as you see. As we know, yeast, small microorganisms, one cell or single cell organisms, unicellular, that respire anaerobically. Also, it is called fermentation. They produce carbon dioxide and alcohol, ethanol. So I introduced yeast with a source of glucose for them to feed and to respire. If we don't have a glucose, they won't respire. So it's very important to use a glucose and to use the optimum temperature for their fermentation. So here with warm water, we put thin oil here, and here we have, like as we see, bung and delivery tube. Once the yeast respire, they produce carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide goes up through the delivery tube, mixing with lime water, turns it into milky or cloudy. Lime water turns milky or cloudy when we have lots of carbon dioxide bubbled into it, or when it gets in contact with high amount of carbon dioxide. It goes milky or cloudy. Here it's very important to put the thin layer of oil in order to make the respiration of yeast anaerobic, to keep it anaerobic respiration, because they respire anaerobically. Okay, and also here we have a bung in order to trap the carbon dioxide that is going up. So here the carbon dioxide can go up through the oil, but anything else cannot get inside. Okay, here is the investigation. As we said, it's shown in page 143. You have to know how this apparatus set and the result that goes milky. We have another indicator for using for carbon dioxide, which is hydrogen carbonate indicator. Hydrogen carbonate indicator changes color. Its color is red. Okay, here if we have even light source, it's very important to know this investigation. If we have even light source, so light is shown to all these tubes evenly with an equal amount. Here we have aluminium foil to cover it black in order to prevent the light coming into the tubes. Okay, so in this investigation, as you see, here the plant is respiring and is photosynthesizing. What do you think? The plant is respiring. Even it photosynthesizes, it cannot photosynthesize that much because we have aluminum foil that covers, or as you see, it is opaque, that covers the light from getting in. So here the plant mainly respires. Mainly what? Respires. Once it respires, it produces carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, when it gets dissolved in hydrogen carbonate solution, it makes the pH acidic. So the hydrogen carbonate turns into yellow. When it is so acidic, it turns into yellow. If it is little bit acidic, it's gonna be orange. But if it is acidic, respiration mainly takes place, so it turns into yellow. You have to know this. Here, the respiration equals to photosynthesis. We have tissue paper. It prevents little bit the light from getting in, but it let other to pass through. So as you see here, the respiration equals photosynthesis. In this case, we have the hydrogen carbonate indicator red, the original color of it. Here, you may have another example of having respiration equal to photosynthesis when we have a plant and an animal with it in the same test tube. We may have a plant that is being exposed to light, so it is photosynthesizing, with another animal, wood lice or a snail, whatever, that is respiring. So the respiration here equals photosynthesis in this test tube, so the indicator is red. But when we have photosynthesis mainly is taking place, so oxygen is the main gas that is being produced, so it turns the hydrogen carbonate indicator into alkaline environment, so the hydrogen carbonate indicator turns or changes color into blue in this test tube. Okay, when we have non-living things, okay, the same, it stays red. So when we don't have gases that overcome other gases, when there is balance in gases or we don't have a production of any gas, that means that the indicator stays red. But when we have the rate of respiration is greater, then it's gonna turn into yellow, because this makes acidic because of production of carbon dioxide, or the respiration produces carbon dioxide, while in photosynthesis oxygen is mainly abundant gas, so it turns the environment into alkaline, that turns the hydrogen carbonate indicator into purple. Inshallah today I'll tell you what to do, specific homework or specific questions according to these topics.